Now, it was a horrific attack in broad daylight inside school grounds, which left the 15-year-old victim close to death. No teachers were there to stop the gang who beat Henry Webster with a hammer, and his family has battled for 2 years for an inquiry into the school's behaviour. Speaking exclusively to Channel 4 News, Henry also says the attack by an Asian gang on a white youth was racist, yet none of the culprits was charged with racially motivated crime. Carl Dinnan reports.
That's it.
Henry Webster was just 15 when he was attacked in his school playground. He was so badly beaten, he is lucky to be alive. Today, Henry spoke about the attack publicly for the first time in an exclusive interview with Channel 4 News.
When I got hit, it was just like my vision broke. Like, it was like broke into fragments. Like seeing a cartoon maybe when you see stars on the head, it's kind of, my vision just went into stars.
Henry had had an argument with an Asian boy earlier that day at the Ridgeway school, and they'd arranged to settle their differences when classes finished. But as Henry emerged onto the school tennis courts, he was ambushed by a gang of Asian youths and young men who had been summoned here.
One of them ran up to me and punched me in the face, and then I got struck from behind with something quite heavy object or something, so the hammer, I'm guessing. And then I had 3 blows to the back of my head, and then I fell to the floor, and they were kicking and hitting me on the floor. I remember standing up, looking at standing up, and then I fell over on my hands and knees, on my elbows and knees, and I looked at my hands and I was just covered in blood.
The hammer attack fractured Henry's skull in 3 places and left an imprint an inch into his head. He was left with permanent brain injuries. There was no member of the school staff in the playground at the time. The trial judge later described this as astonishing. Wasif Khan was the man with the hammer. He, Amjad Kazi and Nazrul Amin were all convicted of grievous bodily harm. In all, 13 people were convicted of involvement. But Henry and his family believe this was a racist attack, although prosecutors did not mention it in court.
Was there anything about the attack itself that you think displays racist intent?
Well, from what I've heard, when they left the tennis court, they said that's what you call Paki bashing. And also one of the text messages said all the Gora, which is word for whites, in year 11 want to fight. So that to me only defines that it was racial.
The Crown Prosecution Service told us,
having very carefully reviewed this case, we came to the conclusion that there was insufficient evidence to prove that this offence was racially aggravated. We have stayed in contact with Mrs. Webster throughout the course of this prosecution to ensure that she and Henry were kept fully informed at all times.
But it is the Ridgeway School's handling of the attack which has incensed Henry's mum. The head teacher, Stephen College, was confronted by other parents the day after the attack.
So I can see you Monday, yeah? No, Monday's not good enough. You see us now. We don't care.
It's our children's safety.
We don't care.
Now.
You've had enough time to have your picture taken with the press.
I've now got to go and talk.
No, you'll see us now.
They didn't offer us any support. They didn't offer us any explanation. And all we were met with was actually aggression, believe it or not.
It has taken 2 years of pressure from Henry's mum, but the local Safeguarding Children's Board has finally said it will hold a serious case review into the Ridgeway School's handling of the attack. Ridgeway's head teacher, Stephen College, told me he couldn't comment ahead of that review other than to say that he welcomes it. But the family is also now suing the school for failing to prevent the attack, from which Henry may never fully recover.
I got short-term memory problems, and I have suffered from fatigue problems and concentration problems, and I have a big shake and weakness in my left arm. It's just ruined my life, really. Well, ruined those years, anyway. But I'm hopefully going to get back on track.
Henry Webster, ending that report by Carl Dinnan.